So now we're gonna work on making this page responsive to be like this. So this is the login part. We're gonna make sure that's responsive. Okay, so simply we're gonna define like our breakpoints, and the breakpoint from the desktop view to the mobile view is gonna be 850 pixels. So starting from this point, then we're gonna change it to be like this. Okay, so how we do this? This is like, you know, simple CSS. Okay, so we're gonna go to the styles of the login page, and right here let's have our media queries. Okay, and inside of here we're gonna start so we're gonna have at media, and right here we're gonna define the point, which is gonna be minimum width 850 pixels. So starting from this point, the size is gonna be different. Okay, so the first one is gonna be for the login wrap. Now we're gonna change it from the column view to a display flex, okay, to be this way, and also gonna have a line item center. So they're gonna go back to the center, and also the max width. All right, the max width is gonna be like 1000 pixels. Okay, and also let's make sure it's in the middle. So margin 0 auto, and now it's gonna be in the middle after we work on the second in the inner div, which is gonna be the login. Let's go to the login one. Okay, and then the thing's gonna start to work slowly. Okay, so for the login one, it's gonna have display flex. I'm gonna flex direction to be column, and also we're gonna have a width to be 50%, and now we get where we want right here. And also we're gonna have the margin bottom to be 15 vertical height. Okay, and so we go to the login one and selecting the image, and for the image we're gonna have a width to be 300 pixels, and also we're gonna take it back to the left, so margin left, and it's gonna be minus 1.7 rem. Okay, so go back there, and also we're gonna select the span, which has the text, and the font size is gonna be 28 pixels, I think. Okay, yeah. After this we're gonna have the login to wrap. Okay, the login to wrap, and the login to wrap, let's see what we have. The width is gonna be 400 pixels, so it's gonna be larger. One of the thing also, I didn't do it in the final version right here, but I think let's have a bit of a padding more than this. So we can go right here and add like a padding. From top and bottom is gonna be 0, but from right and left like 1 rem or 2 rem. I don't know, depending how this is gonna work. Okay, so like this. So I think it's fine. You can do like 2 or 1, it's up to you. I'm gonna go like 1. Okay, I think it's better. Or you can define like very specific, you know, points. You can work on this. You know, this is like I show you how to do it, and then you do it in the most perfect way. This is for a replica of Facebook, but you can do it in your own projects. Okay, so also we're gonna go to the input wrap. So I mean this div that contains the inputs, and then we're gonna change the width to be 360 pixels. Okay, and if it didn't take the changes, then add importance. Okay, and now it's gonna change. Let's go back to the login page, and you see now it's changed the same way as this. Okay, and as you see right here. Okay, let me see what's. I think there's a problem right here, because when we focus on this, the color doesn't change, because we want it to be blue even if there's no error. Okay, this is gonna be blue, and this is not blue. So let me go back to the login input. So this is the input. Okay, so let's take this. Okay, and have it right here, and this is when we focus. Let's make the border color to be blue color. Okay, so let's try again. When we click on it, now it's right. Okay, and then we get the errors, and now we're gonna work now on the errors. We don't want them this way. You know, you can have them this way, they look awesome to be honest, but I'm gonna make them this way. Okay, so just now let me fix something right here. Okay, let me see. Let's go back to the login. Right here we have like a space. Okay, and if it didn't register, let's have it like this. Okay, and now we get a space right here between those two. Okay, and forget password. This is gonna be together like this. Okay, so now everything works. Okay, it looks different right here from this to this, but just because I have like the padding right here. Okay, so if we remove the padding from here, so if we go back right here, now it's gonna be the same. Okay, and when we add the footer, it's gonna all get put together. So it's up to you. We're gonna leave it like this, and you can also add the padding depending on whatever you want. Okay, so now our job is to make this. Okay, So we're gonna make sure that we have this in this way. Okay, so let's do it. So we're gonna use a package that's gonna help us this get what width do we have on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna explain everything. So in the front end, in PMI React responsive, I can do it like with pure React, but I'm just gonna, it's gonna like overthrow you, and I'm gonna introduce advanced thing for you. So I'm gonna leave it like this, and we're gonna use it when we work on other stuff to to make sure that you get this all right. Okay, so it's called React responsive. So simply we can go back to the login input, and I'm gonna explain something to you. So we can go first of all and import what we're gonna need. So so import, and it's gonna go use media query. Okay, so media query, let me write this right for once. Okay, and this is gonna be from React responsive. Okay, and this is simply, you can create like a test. So you can have cons and call it desktop view, and it's gonna equal use the media query, and then inside this you have the query, and the query is simply like having this way, like this right here. So we can take this and then have it right here. Okay, and this is gonna return true if the width of the screen right now is larger than 850 pixels, and it's gonna return false if we are under 850 pixels. So this is what this use media query helps you to get to. So this is like very, very interesting and very good. So we can console log the desktop view, so right here, and we can go right here and see what value we get. So let me refresh. So now it's false. So now we are not in the 850 pixels, and that's the view that we have. Right here is gonna be true because now we are over that. So as you see right here, and we refresh, it's still true. But if we went under the 850 pixels, you see on top, this is all true. But as you go down 850, it's true, under it, it's false. So this is like a very, very cool library to use, or a package to use, because it's very important. You can, when you have the ability to understand where you're at and help with responsiveness inside your code instead of the CSS. Okay, so this was like pretty cool. So we can go right here, and now we're gonna work on this. So first of all, this error that we have here, this is for the mobile view, but when the desktop view want to make it on the left, so we can go right here. So this is the input error. Okay, so you can simply go right here and do a test. So the test is going to be simply, if this is the desktop view, okay, this is going to be the class name, else this is going to be the class name, which is going to be this one. In the normal circumstances, the input error is going to be the normal one. Okay, like this. But if we went back to the normal state, this is going to be it. Else we're going to define a class name right here. So it's going to be the same class name, but we're going to add other class name to it. So it's going to be input error desktop. Okay, and now we're going to go to the desktop. Okay, and then we're going to work on this right here. So right here, and we're going to work on it. So the position now is going to change to be absolute. Okay, so, and it's going to be absolute. So let me see right here, the width also is going to be 300 pixels. Okay, to make sure that it's this way, and the left side is going to be minus 19.5 rem, so it's going to be moved to the left this way. Okay, and also we're going to make sure it's, let me see, so the bottom is going to, let me see, top is going to be 0. Okay, so it's going to be this way, or maybe we can, because as you see the top, I think it's all right. You can like move it like a little bit, minus 2 pixels. Okay, to be like in the middle. Okay, like this. Okay, so it's all right. And now also we're gonna take here. So this is the input here. Desktop is gonna be the same for this one. So you can just go back right here and take the class name of this one and just use it on the other one. So this is the input error, the same one right here. Okay, and this is the same, but the difference is going to be for the triangles right here. They're going to be on the right, and also they're going to have the same settings. So before that, we have this problem right here. As you see, this is only in the desktop view we have this problem. So when in the mobile view, it's going to be fine, but when we go to the desktop view, it's got this problem. So we can just simply go right here to the icon itself, and we add we're not in the desktop view, and simply this is going to fix it. So now let's refresh. and right here is going to be fine. And when we go also to the mobile view, it's going to be fine. So there's not going to be any problem. So this problem is just because of the browser. So if we refresh, it's not going to be okay. So this is just because of the browser. Okay, so everything is fine. So now we're going to work on the arrows. So this is simply going to be also the same one for the arrows. So this is the arrow. So for example, now we're just going to have our test. So when we are on the desktop view, this is going to be the class name, and else this is going to be the class name. Okay, so now it's not going to be existed anyway, so we're going to have it right here. Let's call it error, for example, arrow left. Okay, because it's going to be on the left side, but in the left side of the input. Okay, so it's going to have it right here, and I think it's going to be the same one for the other. So let's take it and add it also right here. So this one is going to be bottom. Let's change this up to bottom. Okay, all right, so let's work on this class name right here. Okay, so we're going to go to the input and work on this class. So define the base of the triangle is going to be on the left. Okay, this time. So we're going to start with the left. So border left is going to be 10 pixel, and it's going to be solid, and it's going to be this color. Okay, and now the other parts other than the points, the pointer is going to be the top and then the bottom. Okay, so the border top is going to be 10 pixel, solid, and transparent. Okay, and the same way is going to be for the bottom, border bottom. Okay, position absolute also, position absolute, and it's going to be on the right, and it's going to be minus 10 pixels from the right. Okay, and you define the top. For the top, I don't know how much value, because this is big code in life, so maybe 10, 12, 13. I actually don't know, and I didn't prepare this, so you can just play with the values. I think 14 is gonna be the sweet spots, or maybe 13. I don't know. I think this is all right. It looks fine. I think it's cool. I think it's working fine. Okay, so the same test is still working. Let me have a random email that doesn't exist, for example, and we say get the error. Okay, so everything is working fine, and now even the errors are now responsive, so you can go to the full screen. Let me go and open the mobile view right here. Okay, this is how you use it. This is the mobile view, and let's go responsive, and let's move it. Okay, so this is going to be the fall, and as you go, it's going to change this way. Okay, to any device you want. Okay, you can work on this and make it even better, but this is what we're doing right now. Okay, so I think the next video we're gonna work on this and this footer, and also make it responsive, so we're done with it. Okay, don't worry, this is a problem also just on the browser, because if you refresh, it's not gonna be okay. So it's gonna be fine. You know what, this is not gonna be fine. So let's just fix it. It's quite easy. It's okay. So right here, we're gonna make sure that we define the other value if this is not true, which is gonna be the basic one we have in the CSS, which is 15 pixels. Okay, so now we're done with it. Okay, so you can now play with it as you want. It's not gonna change. Okay, it actually bothered me, so now we're done.